Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a dark moon reading today for you. We have a very beautiful constellation today, and you can see that the energy has shifted. I really can see the difference, and I can feel it. It was very, very heavy the last few days, but now I feel that something is completely turning around, and you can see, you might remember those who have listen to my last chart that last time was so much tension in the air. And you could also see from the Schumann resonance that there were lots and lots and lots of energy flares. And this Schumann resonance, I learned that this is not just about energy that's coming from the outside, but that has also something to do with the consciousness of humanity. So you can see that a lot has shifted, and I think this Olympic opening was just a real blessing for the awakening, because I had pictures that people went on the street and were singing chorals, and I mean, even if I know that religion is hijacked also from the dark ones, but this movement is something that it did shake up people, and they take action. And I think this is one of the worst things that delays all the time our ascension process, is that people are not standing up. That a lot of people are, yeah, the other one do it, and they don't have the courage to get out of their sheep consciousness, we can say, in a way, and the consciousness of there must be a savior somewhere to save us. And this is something we really have to let go and understand, that now with the higher timeline of the 5D, that many want to move on, that they are able to take power and take charge of their lives and to be true creators. They don't let other people tell them what they have to do. They know from inside out, and don't have to run around and ask all the time other people for approval. And what I see here now, when we look at the Sun and Moon conjunction, it's in Cancer. And I want to maybe say something also. See, people start to all play around this line gate 88, but the Sun and the Moon are in Cancer. And when you look in the astrology of the real star constellation, the Sun is still far away from Leo. It takes another week to get there. And also, when you look at the numbers of the months, you know, like for example, the 8 months would be October, Octo. This is the octogram, the 8-sided form, and everything is here is connected with the hijacked dark agenda, or the false matrix, whatever you want to call it. So we are moving out, and we are in a different consciousness. And when Sun and Moon are together now in Cancer, it is that, see, the Cancer, the Moon, and it does not really matter what the physical moon is out there. What matters is the principle, the we can say the rhythm of the moon. You might be familiar that we have also so-called biorhythms in our body for certain days. There are different rhythms, and then each of the planets, they represent a rhythm, a cosmic rhythm that is not influencing us, but it is the rhythm itself that has this quality of energy. So generally, see, this is the big problem also with people who say, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo, I'm a this and I'm a that. This is this false understanding that with the horoscope, for example, it does not tell you who you are. It shows you the quality of time, and it shows you the curriculum that you have chosen for this lifetime, but not who you are. And this is the same with the principles that we have here representing certain topics. So Sun and Moon together in Cancer, they represent the topic that there is a coming together of consciousness and feeling. The sun represents our consciousness. It is anyway not who you are. The closest planet to show how you function as a human being, the avatar, is Mercury, because it shows it. You see it in the symbols. If you understand just a little bit of symbols, what they mean, you can see it very clearly. So when we have the consciousness and the feelings coming together, we can also say this is the heart and the mind. In a way, the consciousness functions through our mind, but it is much more. The consciousness also is like in the heart or in every cell in our body. Every cell in our body has a consciousness. But the knowing about the consciousness is generally through feelings and through the mind, through the knowing. Now here we have a very nice triangle here with the trine here, and these are the green lines that are connected. So there is a step-by-step moving forward. The green lines we can say is the little gift, the blue line is the big gift. So the node is here included in this triangle, so that has something to do with humanity, and it goes to Jupiter and Mars, and you can see Jupiter is expansion. It expands our consciousness, and this is exactly what happened. And here with Mars, it's a powerful expansion of consciousness that will help to materialize a new reality. And Taurus is the materialization of a reality, the materialization of our thoughts, of our creativity. So this is one of the best moments in time now also to go into those feelings, feel about it. What do you really want? What is really important for you? Not just what the mind tells you, what you have been trained to believe what is important. And I have never heard a person who was just a little bit connected with the heart and not just 100% in the mind, that they said, I want money. I heard other things. I heard, I want harmony in my life. I want peace. I want love. I want to have a happy family. Things like this. And of course, I want to have enough. I want to have abundance so far that I can live in an easy way, that be at ease, that I don't have to worry about paying my bills and so on and so forth. And this is what is coming in the future. This is what real life is about. It's not running after making money. I know many people, they have made money, and then what? They, one especially, he came to the age to be retired for his retirement. And once he stopped working like crazy, a couple months later, I don't remember exactly the timing, don't take me there, he was diagnosed with cancer and he died within half a year. And this is so often happened at the moment then that people stop working, they lose the purpose of life because they have never had anything else. They just have that running and rushing and forward, galloping like a horse until they collapse. And that's exactly what happened with many. Instead of having some joy and some fun in life and go out in nature, like my son go fishing on the lake and having happy time with his kids, people are just running after money and don't understand that money not really is abundance. And when we look at here, we have what is abundance really when we have sun and moon in conjunction? It is the consciousness of abundance within that will automatically attract abundance without. And this is like as above, so below, or we can say as inside, so outside. This is the mirror of what we are, who we are, what we create. Now, when we look at the mirror of the world in the world out there with all these wars and stuff coming up, and you can see that all that disclosure, of course, this is still the manifestation that is very clearly made by the dark ones. And now we are moving into a higher frequency. We have moved already. It's like a slide going up. And at one point there will be a jump. And this is the moment when the timelines will split. But I don't think that anybody really can tell the time, and that's good. So now it's a time. See, we have with our heart, and here Venus, here the expansion with Jupiter and Mars, and here we have Venus together in Leo with Mercury, with the personality. So once the heart, 11th house is anyway important for that. The goal is to rule the heart and focus on the heart brain cells, which we have, not just brain cells in the head. It's a stupid word, heart brain cells, but I need to use words, otherwise people don't understand, right? So this is what is going on. And we have here from the Venus and Mercury, we have this triangle here, the green one here, that is a yod, that is a so-called like a finger of God. God is pointing, or destiny, or whatever you want to call it, is pointing to something. And that's exactly what it's pointing to, that the human consciousness, if it shifted, 11th house is connected to Uranus. Uranus, if it takes off, if it's shifting into the conscious creation consciousness. And Venus, you see here, like when we talk about Mercury, I said before that Mercury might represent the human being, the avatar, the personality. So we have the moon on top. This is the input. Then we have the circle, which is like we think about it, we feel it. That's the processing. And then we have here the cross is the manifestation. This is how we function. And then we have Venus is a similar symbol, but does not have a moon on top. So Venus is the goddess, the creation, is the abundance and the creation, the fullness within. And I've been talking about that also in the topic of the chakra, that we don't need to open anything, that we have the divine within us. So I work generally with the Tantien, with the three centers, but I think that the whole chakra system is also hijacked, because why should you open something and close something when you have the divine within? And the teaching that I receive directly is very clear, that I don't need to search outside anything. So why should I search for having things coming in and going out, and be afraid when I don't close my chakras, that energy can be pulled from me, and so on and so on. That I have done that a time ago, and I have many years ago already removed the implants of the chakras, which are actually in front of our original energy points, and they are within us. And and I agree that the information of the chakras, a lot of it is correct, but it's just a little bit different, because we do not need the opening and closing. And yeah, it has a little bit, it's a whole different topic. I don't want to talk too much about it. I have a video online somewhere also here that I talk about it and explain the whole topic. So what is happening is, if we discover the creatress within ourselves, and this is a female energy, it's like the giving birth energy, the having the divine seed within, because the circle is also the sun. So we have here the energy of the divine giving birth, and this is the cross below. That is why Venus is the goddess of creation, or not just Venus, she has other names in different cultures. Now, this is supported here. The finger of God, like the triangle that pushes up there, is retrograde Pluto. And we have here at the other side is retrograde Neptune. And also here Saturn is retrograde. You can see that these planets here, Saturn onwards, except Uranus, are retrograde. And retrograde does not mean a planet really goes backwards, but it's because the Earth is not in the center of the solar system. There are certain times that it seems that planets are going backwards. And this is because of the form of the ellipse from our planet that it forms because we are not in the center. So the interesting thing is when you look at Pluto here, Pluto is exactly the same, has the same elements as Mercury, but the circle is inside of the moon. So when you look a little bit deeper again into the mythology and into the symbols, you can see that this is not really what it seems to be. And again, here in astrology, there is something missing because the whole cycle has actually 13, a solar year has 13 moon cycles. It's 13 times 28 plus 1 day. And when we look at the Pluto, it's actually a symbol of the goddess. And this is like when we have the moon is also like the receiving part, the reception. So we can see it's like the egg in the womb that is ready to give birth to something. So we can see that inside of the goddess energy, that something is being created. And retrograde Pluto is now on 0° Capricorn. So it is the structure inside the womb that is being created. And if I'm not completely wrong, I think Pluto is going back into Sagittarius. That is then the breakthrough point. I have to check that out again. So what is happening is that within our consciousness, within our human avatar, we need to find in the depths of the unknown. We need to connect, to let go of our existing boundaries, beliefs, the existing system that is being washed away. We have to find the new and create it out. It's interesting that here, see, we have here from Neptune, then comes a yellow line up also going here to the Jupiter-Mars conjunction. And from this side, it's coming exactly the same too. And the yellow 72° aspect, 72 is the pentagram, is the number 5, and number 5 is connected with Venus. So we have here the new creation that is coming up, and that new creation is supposed to be formed now within us. So from the deep depth of we could say unconscious now, we have the memory. We know how life was before, because remember, we all come from the divine source, and we went down in energy frequency, hit rock bottom, and are on the way up again. So on the way up, we go through everything what we have actually already known. And this is why I also say everybody is or has already mastered life, because when we came down and we were on higher frequencies, we have already have the knowledge of the higher dimensions. So we just have to remember. And it should not be anything new for us. We have to remember again who we are and go back to that source. So this is a very beautiful constellation we have here. And this is also here, it's supported by Uranus. And Uranus is in any way the breakthrough. This is the explosion. It can be also the volcano, depending what it is, but it's a breakthrough. Those who are familiar with tarot, it might be also connected with the card of the Tower, which is a very positive card, because finally the walls break down and we kind of are pushed out of the matrix, of the false matrix, of the false beliefs. So see, also these cards are usually, oh, I know when people have to draw a card like that, I said, oh my God, I blah, 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 blah. But it's celebrate, come on, celebrate, let go of all that old BS and move forward. The only karmic aspect that is, or maybe here is going also to that conjunction of Jupiter and Mars, that is coming from Chiron, and it's coming also from Pluto, is that, see, that the hindrance is the karmic aspect is the hindrance of the program. We are so used to that program, and then comes the fear aspect and the mistake aspect. You cannot make a mistake. The word indicates I miss to take something. So how can you make or have a mistake when the word already says you don't have it? So also the word, remember, is the spell, the spelling. It's a spell. It's magic. And the whole language is created in that way, that we constantly spell and constantly kind of spell ourselves to keep us in that consciousness. So this is, sometimes it's really difficult to explain things here. But what I see in this chart, see the AC that is coming in Virgo shows that we are harvesting in the moment. And it also shows that a lot of things that are in our life, as I said before, we came down from the divine and now we're going back up, is all within us already. We know already, we don't need anything from the outside coming in. It is the divine within us. And you can imagine, I give sometimes this image that it's more clear, that within your heart there is a golden ball of light. And the golden ball of light is the divine source that you are born with. This is like, contains all the life force that you need for your whole life. That is the connection within you, that part of God, the divine source, whatever you call it, is within you, and you don't need anything from the outside. So this is the reactivation of the God source within the human being, that we can bring that consciousness out of the head into our heart, into our feelings, that we can bring it together, that we can use those feelings. And I'm not talking about emotions. Emotions are like the big wave on the ocean. Feeling is the deep ground where everything is calm and quiet. So that we can, our feelings come together with our knowledge. And it is not the program, the knowledge, primary, that kind of defines our action. Because when that is, we react, because we react according to what the program tells us. And this is not creative. If we act instead of react, it is spontaneous, and this is what is come from the heart and what is come from the divine source, from the higher energy. So whatever happened in your life now, whatever it's pointed to, whatever is coming to the surface for you right now, what is right in front of your nose, you don't have to go look for it. That is what you have to work with to free yourself of the old programs. And I know that everybody has that. Believe me, I have it too. I have a few very nice little challenges here. And but it's really satisfactory to work with it and to discover more and more and more of the underlying truths of what is. And sometimes you might need somebody else to point it out to you. And what is pointed out might not always be what you want to hear, but it is always what you need to hear. So be open, and don't shoot the messenger, because that we have people in our life, which is the blessings that are coming towards us. And if it's in a positive or negative way, even the way they say it, it doesn't matter. It is a topic we need to look at. And then see, we have the goal also here. It's just in the beginning of the first degree of Cancer. Then we can realign with our true feelings, and then we can afterwards, we can say the sun and moon, Leo, Cancer. Then we can move forward with our consciousness. So this is what I have to tell you today for that moment. And it is a very powerful message that we have here. So I will see that I will make card reading, either written in my blog or maybe another video. Let's see how the time goes. And to look especially on that question about that bringing together that yin and yang. And I want to maybe tell you here again once that polarity and duality is not the same. Polarity is the natural yin and yang that we need, like the electric pole, that we need two poles to have electricity. And actually there are three, right? The grounding. And duality is the system that is connected with the false matrix, which is the judgment. So in the duality, we have on top of the yin and yang, or positive and negative, we have good and bad. So everything is like, this is good, that's bad. And so most people are on a journey of avoidance. Because this is bad, we have to avoid this, avoid this, avoid this. And so the whole life becomes rules and rules again. But if you listen to your heart, you always know in the moment what you have to do, what you have to say. And when you are encountering something outside, you will know, and this is now that feel immediately that this is something that you need to pay attention to. And especially if it triggers emotions, pay attention, because then it's something that is not yet resolved. I hope that helps you a little bit to understand the time quality, and give me a thumbs up, please. And I look forward to see you again in my next reading, which will definitely be a card reading, and we'll see how I'm gonna do that and when exactly. Bye bye for now.